That was nice.
Hello.
Oh, dang it. I was so close to getting the first hello. Next week I'll be more prepared.
Yeah.
So maybe next time you need to hit the go live button, and then that'll give me...
Then I'll stand in front of the countdown so you can't see.
No, come on. That's cheating. Ah, whatever. I'll get it eventually. I have my ways. Yeah.
If you folks didn't know, the squeaky wheel gets the worm.
This table, apparently it's on wheels. We had to move it over, but when you shift it, well, it's not doing it now.
It's not on
See, it's not doing it now.
casters.
It squeaks. Oh, there it is. It's like when you take your car to the mechanic and you're like, hey, my wheels squeak. And they're like, what?
There's nothing. It didn't do it when I did it.
What? If you also didn't know, we had an art fest on Saturday.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a blast.
Blast and a half.
Oh, slow connection.
Where? Oh, it always says that.
Yeah.
It's the internet. It's all the sun flares. Are they still flaring?
Always. Yeah.
It's a constant thing.
Yep.
Yeah. We had a wonderful time on Saturday. Thank you to everybody who came out or sent us love from afar. We were able to raise some money to support our Gifts of Healing program that we are beginning. And that is a way for some of our community members to receive healing support who may not have the funds to contribute to the full cost of the session. So it is a way to help others out if we are blessed to have the funds to do so.
Yes.
So thank you for that. We had some raffle winners, good time with vendors and dancing and music and sound healing and tarot.
Reflexology.
My teacher, Shaman Mark, stepped in.
He didn't even know what he was getting himself
I know.
into.
He walked in. We had unfortunately one of our facilitators was sick. So when my teacher shows up and says, "Hey, I'm here for the art fest," I say, "Hey, what are you doing at 3:00?
We're gonna put you to work, buddy."
And oh my goodness, you were in session at the time, but when people were walking out of his sessions, and he's going to be here Thursday for our drop-in sharing cranial sacral, but when people were walking out of his sessions, the one girl was like, she wasn't even here. Like, she was just like floating somewhere else.
I did talk to one person afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, and it wasn't much of a conversation. It was just
That's good stuff.
like, oh.
So this Thursday is our monthly drop-in. Paul will be sharing tarot, right? And
Yeah.
I'll be offering Reiki. And then Mark Doblinger, who we were just speaking of, will be sharing cranial sacral. And Erica Peters will be doing one-on-one.
The triumphant return of Erica Peters.
Yes, she's been out ill, but she will return triumphantly on Thursday, sharing sound healing with you all. So,
if you hear trumpets, it's not the apocalypse. It's just Erica Peters arriving.
She plays the trumpets. That would be, I don't know, torture. Like blasting trumpets. Maybe it's some sort of a healing art. What do I know? There's so much out there, so many different modalities.
I'm going to get a trumpet
healing.
for the next live and just sing it the whole time right in your ear.
I do love brass instruments, but maybe in a different capacity. Maybe at like a jazz festival. You know? What?
I don't know. I like jazz. I just don't see myself ever going to a festival of it.
Really? That's commitment. That's like, those are the people that are like, they establish, I like jazz.
I might put some Miles Davis on or something, but I'm not going to go, ooh, jazz fest. It's just too much jazz for me.
Too much jazz. We're going to go.
I'm not that jazzy, apparently.
We're going to do an experiment. We'll see if your head explodes from all the jazz.
It probably would. It's too many notes happening at the same time as it is.
I don't know jazz. That was not jazz.
That was definitely jazz. It was jazzy.
Was it? Anyways, well, you want to pull some cards?
I guess. I mean, that's what we're here for.
It is. Let me do the little shuffle. Do the shuffle. Ew, stop it. Okay, rewind.
Yeah.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
This one.
It's that commercial.
Which commercial?
The commercial.
When are you watching commercials?
The one that's like, I don't even know what it's for. Progressive
Oh,
or
the
something.
car insurance.
There's the Cupid Shuffle
stop.
on it.
I didn't even know that song had a name.
Yeah, it's the Cupid Shuffle.
I just
It's a commercial.
just know that I get embarrassed when my brother starts clapping his hands.
Well, he's into it. That's good. What's that one?
Trickery.
Trickery? I didn't know this was a card.
It is a card. Oh, look, I'm the one leaning in today. Pretend that's legible or readable or whatever. Trickery is a heart chakra card. And
Vera's watching. Good morning, Vera.
good morning. With the trickery card, this is about what's in our heartscape, and the things that we love, and possibly the things that deceive us also exist in here too. So when we find ourselves in a place where we're like so engaged with a certain idea or person or way of being, something that really pulls on our heartstrings. It's important to follow those strings, I guess, back to their root, and find where they're attaching themselves. Is it to a part of you that is still progressively moving forward? Is it still to a part of you that is loving in all aspects of that energy thread? And really look for the things that could be altered, or if anything needs to be altered. I'm not saying that every single thing in your heart is going to have some sort of like chaotic bend to it, but just pay attention to the things that maybe, if you find something, need to be let go, and you can still love those things. You just sometimes have to release them as well. Don't be tricked.
So I was thinking about this morning.
Oh, were you?
I was. And where I get tricked is thinking that what I think is reality when really it's not. So the thoughts of my mind create this illusion of a world that is a certain way, and that's where I can maybe create a positive world in my mind or a negative world in my mind. But ultimately the reality comes from within me, within the present moment. And when I emphasize something that is not real, then ultimately I'm going to be chasing something that doesn't exist. And then when I realize that, it's like when things come crashing down, we're like, but wait, I thought it was this way. And it creates a lot of chaos. It's the trick.
I thought it was
this way, but it wasn't. Which is fine, and we can operate that way because I think it's a way to play around with the universe. But to bring ourselves more at ease, if we release the illusion anyways and remain in the present moment, then what is reality is a lot simpler. You know, we don't have to stress ourselves out about all these different facets of life. You know, if we're feeling overwhelmed, we can be in the present moment and see things as they are and remove the trick altogether.
Yeah, just go with the flow.
Yeah.
That's what,
you know what?
I feel like that's what the surfers say.
Go with the flow.
The surfers say that, right?
Do they?
Maybe back in the 80s, they would say something like
One
that.
surfer
Cowabunga.
Yeah, maybe.
I was just going to make up ones at that point.
Zippity-doo.
Ride the tide, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
So We'll see what the tarot cards or the tarot has to say.
That's not French.
No.
No,
Just
the two would probably
made
be
up
sign
foreign
languages.
languages with made up accents. Do an alien.
Do an alien?
Yeah,
What does that
accent.
mean? Oh. Beep, bop, boop, boop. Oh, wait, no, that's a robot.
That was very, very convincing.
Well, an alien would be more like...
No, get out of there. All right. Some tomfoolery here today.
The High Priestess. The Magician. The Three of Cups.
So starting with the High Priestess here in reverse. This week's energy, we need to start by asking ourselves whether we're really tuning in to what the divine is guiding us towards. The High Priestess will represent the great knowledge that comes from the above, but if we're closing ourselves off to it, we're going to run into some problems when we're then moving into the next card, taking action on things. So with the Magician being situated next to this, it says that maybe we're acting on the wrong things currently, and what we want to try and do is tap back into that divine guidance and adjust our actions, because it doesn't matter what you're doing. It can be progressive for your life, but is it the best course of action for you is what this kind of asks. And you never know until you ask. And asking just comes from the divine, you know. Just seek clarity before you act on anything else. If you can turn this energy around, if you can create that connection with the divine and continue acting in accordance to what the divine is pushing you towards, that's where you get this great celebration, the emotional benefits of really seeing fruition from your efforts and having those be something that is good for not just the self, but good for, you know, your community, your people around you, the ones you love. And I almost choked myself there on my own
Just
words.
got really excited about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, pushing through this, you can actually kind of ignore, as long as you still are, you know, taking action in your life and this outcome, you can ignore these two cards. The biggest focus right here is reestablishing a divine connection, rebalancing yourself between the third dimension and the above, and seek guidance from where guidance really needs to come from, instead of possibly from memory, which a lot of us tend to do a lot of times. Like, well, this worked in the past, so we go back to that. Or just people around you that may or may not have your best interests at heart. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I'll tell you. The question that we can ask ourselves is, what are we aiming for? So if we look down the tunnel of our future, whatever timeline we are focused on, what's at the end of it? You know, what is it that we are ultimately seeking, whether we're opening a new business or starting a relationship or whatever goal that we have? You know, why are we doing this? What are we ultimately trying to get to? And if the answer is not coming back to our true selves, to that connection to the divine within, then we may be caught in that trickery and that illusion that we're chasing something that is just going to bring us back to where, you know, it's going to be a cycle. You know, we chase after, you know, egoic pleasures or satisfaction or power or whatever like that. You know, it's just going to lead us to that dead end, because ultimately, those of us, I'm assuming you're watching, you are chasing your spirit right now, you know, that that it's ultimately going to not fulfill us in the end and bring us back to where we started, So if we can establish that we are ultimately seeking divine within the presence, then what we're aiming for is already right here. Like it's something, and how we move forward is going to be a manifestation of what lies within, rather than something that is going to fall off, dissolve, and lead us to maybe some sort of disappointment within the mind. And not to say that none of that's bad. Again, we're playing with the orchestration of the universe. We're creating all of this stuff. So ultimately, even if we enter into a cycle, we'll come back and then we'll learn more and we'll gain more and then, continue on our way. So it's nothing we can screw up or completely off track with.
On that note, take into account the traditional idea of the magician card here, having everything you already need to act, to take action, and everything you need can be everything you already know, but it can also be everything you already know and your connection to the divine. So just because you have inside your computer chip of a brain all these memories doesn't mean there's not space for the ideas from the divine to come through and feed you a little bit better. And you have access to that at all times. You just have to tap in.
Yeah. It's like a sense of newness. Well, that's the unknown. A lot of people I'm talking to now, they know what they need to do, but it's that scary step because you're giving yourself over to divine nature, which is right. The mind that has no clue what's going to happen at that point. So that can lead to a little bit of a freak out. But that sense of newness ultimately provides a deeper purpose for ourselves. And
but just think about it as something getting slipped into your planner. You didn't have it written down.
I wasn't planning on getting cheeseburgers today.
Oh man, I wasn't either, but now I might be.
Oh shoot.
Thank you, Divine. I mean, Halina.
You're welcome. That's how I'm communicating to you telepathically through my alien language.
Beep bop
Beep,
boop
beep, bop,
bop
boop.
boop.
Cheeseburgers.
Yeah. All right, how about we meditate on these things?
Need to get some wiggles out. And then bring calmness into your body. Take a few deep breaths down towards the belly. By deep, I mean full, really expanding into the belly and the ribs and the chest. Then exhaling the full breath. Begin to shift your focus inward. Into what feels most desirable right now. What is lighting up your heart? Maybe if you're in a space right now where the shadow feels overwhelming, maybe it's not calling out as strongly, but what feels best right now? Where is the heart directing you to? If you have many paths in front of you, what is the one that feels most wonderful? And clearing away any idea of how you will get there or what it will take to step forward. But see that path in front of you. in the most perfect way. See everything coming together with ease. And see that all the skills that you need to experience this path, you already have. And any knowledge that you need, you already have. And that the people who you need to walk with you on this path will either continue walking with you or will enter into your life at the right time. And feel how it feels to experience this desire of yours, this yearning, this passion. Put yourself in that place where you look around and everything is as you wanted. That no stone is unturned. Nothing is out of place. That you are fully engulfed in the will of the divine. And you're at ease and you're at peace. Really feel it. Not just thinking through the mind of this could be great if this were to be, but feel it in your body. Feel it in your energy. You right there, right in the middle of your perfect world, your perfect existence. Feel that wholeness within you, that completeness. Released of longing, of reaching. Released of exhaustion, of trying to make things work, trying to make things happen. Be in that space where there is calm. There's stability. Feel your body in harmony in that space. Feel your mind in harmony, your heart in harmony. And know that this practice right here isn't a way to dream about something that's not going to happen, but to experience it right here, right now. So if you can feel those sensations, if you can feel yourself in that space, then all of what you're longing for is already within you to feel right now. And even if it's just a little bit, that's enough. Because that small little spark is going to ignite so many other wonderful feelings. So much more peace, so much more balance in your life. It just takes that little spark. We'll deepen our breath. Bring our hands into a prayer position in front of the heart center, bowing down towards the heart to honor that divine light within. As we honor the divine light within our individual self, honoring that same light within all beings. And if there's somebody that's coming to mind who could use a little bit more love, a group of people or a situation, I invite you to join me right now to take all that loving energy in your heart and to flow that into that person, into that situation. And just as we do that for those that we easily love or easily want to help, I invite you to do that same with somebody you're in conflict with or a group that you may disagree with, to flow that same loving force out into those parts of the universe. This is how we heal within. This is how we release resentment, release shame, release separateness, to ultimately heal the world by sending love into those spaces that feel dark, that feel scary, that feel separate. May all beings be at peace. Namaste. That's a wrap.
No, I didn't hear a flow.
Booch, 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 booch.
No, you're trying to do techno.
Oh.
And that's not going to work.
Techno jazz.
Techno jazz, is that what we're calling hip hop now?
Yeah, I'm going to start something new. Come out to Qigong tonight.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'll make it fun.
Okay, talk it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I'm teaching Qigong tonight. We're going to focus on releasing stress this evening. So come on out. What
is Qigong?
Oh, yeah, for those of you who don't know, Qigong is a Chinese. So we'll start with some meditation, and then we'll go into some Tai Chi movements and stretches, and finish off with some self-massage and some more meditation. So yeah, it'll be fun. Trust me.
Fun and relaxing.
Trust me.
I always feel great afterwards.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Come on to our drop-in Release and Restore Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
And then Saturday.
We got a full week.
Saturday's Redefining Religion. We get together and we talk about different religious practices, different theological ideas, and bring it all back to love and unity. So it's really great. A way to bridge the gap that has been created in society with different religions, and to see that we're all here to love one another.
Oh. No way.
No way. What a ridiculous idea. Loving one another. Many blessings.
Folks, have a wonderful day.
Toodaloo. I can't. Okay, there. The slow connection thing was in there, so I couldn't click it. Okay.
What, finish?
Yeah, now I can go.